I'm gonna do this. I want to call myself a home blogger, and what that is I speak on random things. I don't speak on the same topic all the time. I just want to speak on being right today. I want to speak on being a single mom. I'm a single mom, and most people think being a single mom, oh, especially people who did it the right way, they feel like it's bad, it's wrong, it's getting too redundant. It's like natural to be a single mom. I chose to be a single mom because when I was 3 months pregnant, I had it up to here with what was going on in my relationship. We had already broke up twice, and we hadn't even been together a year. So I felt like if we break up again, we just need a longer period of time. But as time was going on, I didn't see myself getting back with him because of the fact that he was always that type person who wants to get back with you because he has an agenda. His agenda in life is to get married, and he wants to be married because that's supposed to be the right thing you do for your kids. I wasn't raised like that. You know what I'm saying? My mama had me, and when my mother had me, she was a single parent. She had broke up with my dad before she found out she was having me. So she didn't feel like she had to be with a man just because she was having a child. My daddy felt that way as well. So I'm basically telling this man when I broke up with him that I'm not going to be with you just because we got a baby. He was like, well, we needed to do it the right way. And I'm like, at some point in my mother's life, she did do it the right way. And I seen what the right way is. You find a man that you want to be with. You marry him. You have your babies. And y'all live happily ever after. I seen it been done that way. Even though it took her second child to get it right. I mean, to me, I feel like as a single parent, I did what's best for me. Because long as I was happy, my child's happy. He don't walk around here knowing mommy crying, or mommy's upset, or mommy's mad, or mommy taking attitudes out on me, and I ain't did nothing to her. I feel like my child thinks, okay, mommy's just tired sometimes, or whatnot. He doesn't feel that tension, that stress that I felt like was going to be added on to me being a parent. And then being a parent that's stuck in a relationship where this man has to be controlling. When I say controlling, he wasn't to the point where I couldn't call my friends, I couldn't call my family, or I couldn't be around my family or my friends. But when holidays came, he wanted me around his family. Every Sunday we had to go to church regardless of what was going on. Unless he was sick. Like I was saying, if you was sick, you had to go to church. He didn't play that. He didn't play that at all, missing church. He was what you consider as a rap star. He wasn't too much of a star because his name is not out there. But he's a gospel rapper. And I know nowadays that it's a lot of up and coming. When I say up and coming, meaning that their names are getting out there. If you're in the gospel world, you might hear more rappers nowadays. But if you watch all the gospel award shows and stuff, they don't have a lot of them. Some of the aren't what we would consider as contemporary artists. They're not contemporary. They're more like a R&B / gospel type vibe going on. Because they're talking about God, but they got this R&B melody going on. Like in the background, you think you about to hear an R&B song, but then they start talking about God. So then some of them, they mix rap into it. So, and that's how these people are getting their name out here, these gospel rap artists. But they want us to do it the local way. When I say local way, means start your own record label, start these homemade raps, make these homemade CDs, and get their name out there some kind of way. I mean, they had got a distribution deal, but I don't know whatever came of that, because I don't know if they're promoting their CDs or what they doing to get their name out here in this world. If y'all want to, y'all can look them up. They're called The Compound. It's spelled just the way it sounds. The Compound. Y'all can go look them up. If y'all like what y'all hear, y'all more than welcome. I have no problem with that. We are not on such bad terms. I just here speaking on being a single mom and why I became a single mom. I just felt like you're not going to force me to live a lifestyle that I wasn't already living when you met me. Yeah, you can change me. People can change you. And I ain't going to say they can change you per se, like they can force you to do anything you don't want to do. When I say change you, I mean like they can ask you, okay, Keisha, do you want to go to church with me? Do you want to go to my rap shows? Do you want to do this? But then when it comes a day they say no, you don't get an attitude and pitch a fit and be like, oh, you don't support me. When I call it that little rap thing, because I feel like if you hadn't got a record deal by the time you 35 and you've been doing this since you've been 20 something years old, it's a little rap thing. It ain't a big rap thing. It's a little rap thing. And you need to go find you a second income. And because he's disabled, he used it as a motive. Oh, well, I'm disabled. I can't work. They done told this man he can work. He got that ticket to work program paper came to his house. He didn't pay no attention because he didn't want to work. He don't want to work. I don't care if he ever sees this YouTube video. He don't want to work. It's point blank and simple. He don't want to work. And now he uses his eyes as an excuse. I wear glasses too, but I can't sit right here and say because I can't see this far, or one of my eyes are worse than the other, and I can't just. I noticed that one of his eyes stay red a lot, but I don't really pay him any attention. Because my child's 8 years old, and with him being 8 years old, this is my son, y'all. He's not here. He's with his father at the moment, but with my son being 8 years old, I done pretty much gave up on. I just talk to him on my son basis. I don't have personal conversations with him, and I prefer him not have a personal conversation with me about my love life or who, because we're not at that level. We'll never be at that level because he feels differently from what I do. He questioning my loyalty to God because of the fact that I had a man at my house. But go back to my main reason for being single is because before I found out I was pregnant, I was in massage school. This man was already questioning the fact that who I was giving the massage to. Why I didn't question the fact that I had a partner that wasn't the same sex as me. Why I had the opposite sex as my partner. And why did he have to rub on me? It's massage school. The teacher not thinking, oh, it might seem a little weird to have all the girls touching on these boys, these men in here, having all these grown women touching on these grown men in here. If you can't take the sexuality out of what massage normally is to people and put clinical ideas into it, then something wrong with you. Massage is not, as I explained to him, massage don't have to be a sexual thing. People made it a sexual thing when they realized they could make twice the money of giving a sexual massage than giving a clinical massage. What it is these people are running around here opening up these massage places, and they're having these little skimpy women who probably don't even have a massage license working here, working in there, and getting butt naked while these men on the table giving them massage. Just like I go on porno sites and they got massage on the porno sites. Yes, I will admit I watch them every now and then. But I mean, massage is not necessarily that. What if you're having a lot of pain in your back or your arms or your legs? You do a job that's very stressful. You have to lift boxes or you have to lift something that's heavy. You might need a massage, and you might not necessarily have a partner to go home to massage you. So you might make a couple appointments to Massage Envy, or you might make a couple appointments to some of these to your local massage place, and you don't expect that person to get butt bone naked with you. You know you dressed out to your drawers, because it's hard to give a massage with a bra on. You have to give a massage with just your drawers on. So you sitting on the table, you got no bra on, you got no socks on, you just got drawers on. Even for a man, you just got drawers on. And somebody rubbing on you, you wouldn't want them to stay in their place. Keep your clothes on, stay in your place. Either they have scrubs on, or either they have a polo shirt and some khakis, or whatnot, whatever their uniform is for that massage place. Their uniform might be khakis and a t-shirt, but that's what you expect them to keep on, because you come there to maybe get your arms massaged, your legs massaged, or you may be having back problems, and you want somebody who can handle that, not somebody who thinking, oh, we're going to come almost close to having sex. I'm going to get this person aroused and we're going to come almost close to having sex. Even if a man walk in the room, I won't expect him to say, oh, we're going to almost have sex. So what I'm saying is, he was making more out of it than what it was. Then it got to the point where I had an ex-boyfriend who lived around the corner. That ex-boyfriend had reached out to me saying that he was getting ready to go to work. He was going to put gas in his car. He was going to do a lot of things. But I told him that, I was sitting there on lunch break. I had nothing to drink. I didn't even have, at that time, I didn't even have a couple dollars on me to get nothing to drink. And even if so, they got a big old sign on the soda machine saying that if you put your money in there and no soda comes out, you're not going to get your soda. So I had, told him, I said, okay, I will come and go with you while you go to the gas station. You just bring me back. I mean, talking to him while I was pregnant, he said that it would have been another story. It wouldn't have been that particular way. He would have wanted to take me home so that we can do some other things. I wasn't looking at it like that. I was looking at it like, okay, I go to the store, get this soda, we come back. How he was seeing it was a whole nother story. But I didn't find that out till I was pregnant. I mean, granted, what if he was not thinking that way? You don't know, because you don't know this man. All you know is I'm telling you this is my ex, and that he decided to come. He wanted to come get me to take me to go get a soda, because that's what I was thinking. That's what I knew. I knew nothing about he wanted to take me home. Even at that point, I'm explaining to you, it was not a go home situation. I wasn't going to his house. We wasn't going to do nothing but go get a soda. He was like, well, he was sitting outside my school, which, mind you, when I got out of the car to go into school, we lived like 30, 40 minutes away from the school, right? Me and him. Like, Me, I probably live about a good 30 minutes. He probably live about a good 40 minutes away from the school. But my point for saying that is you telling me you going home, which is 40 minutes away, but then in actuality, you goes to your cousin's house who lives like probably about 15 minutes away from the school. And then you come back and sit and watch the schoolhouse. Talking about you thought they was going to let us out early because it was snowing. The teacher was inside the building. We all was inside the building. We didn't even know it was raining at that point. We didn't even know it was raining. So for you to say it started snowing, who do we to know that it was snowing when we was inside the building? We wouldn't have known till lunchtime. And by that time, class was halfway over with. Why not finish the class, then go home? I mean, granted, they could have said, well, it's snowing now. Y'all could just go home. But we're grown behind adults. You think that if we was on a job, they said, oh, it's snowing now. Y'all need to go home. No, they would have made us finish out that day. So that was her job. That's what she get paid for. She knew if she clocked out early, she wasn't going to get paid for them whole 8 hours she got to sit in there. I mean, you know, she wasn't going to get paid for her day. The class was 5 hours. And then she had another class earlier that day that was 5 hours. So she wasn't going to get paid her whole 10 hours if she clock out early. So you think she going to mess up her paycheck because we want to go home? Like little kids? We is not little, we wasn't little elementary school kids. We was in college. So no. And first of all, it wasn't, when we first went on lunch break, it wasn't raining or nothing like that. It wasn't. It was supposed to rain and start snowing. And as I was standing outside talking to him, trying to explain him the situation, it started to rain. I mean, like pour down rain. So after that, it's just like our relationship got worse. We could never see eye to eye. We could never get along. He always thought I was doing something that I wasn't supposed to be doing. Like I tell him, what goes on in somebody's mind, I have no idea of what goes on in somebody else's mind. I only know what goes on in my mind. So if a man come to me and tell me, I'll come get you, or a man, you know, you talking to this man tells you, he'll come and get you, he'll take you to the store with him, while he pump his gas, you go on and get you a soda. He'll pay for you to have a soda. He'll give you the, money to get a soda, or you can go and get a soda, whatever. Anyway, no matter what the situation was, I was only planning on going and get a soda. Can't nobody make me do nothing more than what I want to do. Granted. But he didn't see it like that. He saw it like as this man saw it. And I'm like, yeah, later on, I was like, well, he took it like that too. He took it exactly like you made it, like you took it, like you felt. We was going, even though I had to go to work, I'm going to give me a good 10, 15 minutes in with this girl before work. Which I didn't have that long to be going to do nothing with nobody. Unless you're going to get 2-3 minutes in. I didn't have that long. Because lunch break was almost over with anyway. So I'm telling him that by the time you even came around, lunch break was almost over with. He caught me in the car with the dude. I ain't going to say caught. He saw me in the car with the dude. Because I felt like, he was like, who is that? Who is that? And I'm like, stop the car. Stop the car. And he was like, who is that, your boyfriend? I was like, yeah. He was like, oh, okay. I'll holler at you some other time. And he went on. And I didn't talk to him again till months later. And when I talked to him, I found out I was pregnant and everything else and stuff. But my point is, when I asked him about it, and he brought it up. That's what it was. He had brought it up, saying, did that hinder our relationship to the point where we was going to break up? And I was like, we did break up, but we got back together the next day. And he was like, huh? He couldn't even figure out what you break up with this girl for if you gonna get back with her the next day. What was the purpose? He always would put it on God, saying, if it wasn't for the grace of God, I wouldn't be with you. Well, don't use God as a reason for wanting to be with me. So, long story short, by the time I found out I was pregnant in April, we had already went through another situation. We had already broke up. He thought that I was with that dude again. And what it was is I had clinicals at school. He dropped me off and he went to a funeral. And so I'm telling him, I get out of the clinicals at 2 o'clock. I cannot stick around. I have to leave after clinicals. Are you going to be here? And he said, yeah. 2 o'clock came. I'm sitting outside. He ain't there. I sat outside for another hour and a half. He still wasn't there. Because I had went back into the building. I called him. He was still in the funeral where he said he was leaving. So I sat and waited another hour and a half. The woman that was the assistant for the clinicals, she came out the school building. She said, do you need a ride home? And I told her, I said, well, that it might be out the way. And she said, where do you live? I told her. She said, yes, ma'am, that's out the way. She said, you sure your ride coming? I said, he said he was. And she was like, well, she looked at her arm. She said, well, we've been out of clinicals an hour and a half. She went back in the building, came back out again. She said, you sure you okay? You ain't got nobody you can have come get you? Because it's been another 30 minutes. So I'm thinking, it's been 2 hours. You told me 2 hours ago. Like I told you, it don't take us from the town we live in to that town where the school was. It don't take us but 30, 40 minutes to get there. It's been 2 hours. And you still ain't came to got me and you told me you was leaving. So, some told me the light was right there. Some told me walk up to the light. Maybe he might see me and he could just pick me up from the light. I stood up there 10, 15 minutes. Then I walked to the next light, which was farther. I'm like, maybe he'll see me. Maybe he'll see me. I stood there. He did not see me. I walked to another light. Went on farther down. Now, I done went through one light that was right there at the school. Then I went farther down to another light. Then I made a left-hand turn and went down, way down to a far, like I say, way down to a farther light, thinking maybe he would see me. Because at this point in time, I had no cell phone. Cell phones was just, this was 8 years ago where cell phones weren't, this was 8 years ago. So cell phones were just not getting booming to where everybody was getting them. This was when, right before they had the Bush phones. Everybody called them Obama phones, but Obama had nothing to do with those phones. That's why when they became in place while Obama was president, Obama just let it go. You know what I'm saying? Because Bush set that up so that Obama, it would look like Obama signed those papers, but he didn't. That's why I call them Bush phones. Bush signed those papers for us to have those phones, and now they saying the government is tapping those phones. And so, but what I'm saying, it was right before Bush phones came out, right? And so I'm at this point where I'm like, I got no phone. I cannot call him. I could go back to the school and call him. So I went back to the school and called him. He told me he done drove 90 minutes. Because he done came to the school and he done went home. So he done drove about 90 minutes. To go to my school, and then go home. Instead of you sitting there waiting to see if I was going to show up. And if you had seen me show up, you would have saw that I wasn't even in no car with nobody. If you had seen the way I was coming from, you would have seen that I wasn't in the car with nobody. You done blew up my mama phone, which my aunt had just passed away. And so my mom was over there with her brother-in-law and my cousin while they was grieving. You know what I'm saying? And she was like, my sister just died. Why is you blowing up my phone? Because my mama had a cell phone. They, had they had Verizon for a while, and then they had AT&T for a while. So they had phones. I didn't have a phone because they was like, if you can't pay for one, then why you getting one, then this and that. I had phones over the years, but that phone company shut down, and the other phone company that took over, it don't pick up in the area, so I just let the phone go. Like I said, free phones wasn't even out at the time, so I'm a non-working person, so I just couldn't afford a phone. Like I said, phones weren't like they are now. When you had an unlimited plan was like $80, $90 sometimes, like after taxes, because I was paying like $75. After taxes, I would end up paying like close to $80. I couldn't afford that. And so I just felt like I couldn't afford a cell phone. So why have one? Because I still felt like I didn't need a phone unless I could pay for it. You know what I'm saying? So he felt like, because he had two phones, he felt like it wasn't important to say, well, let me get her my other phone so that she could be able to call me, in the support and need, but you feel the need to want to accuse me of things that I wasn't doing. And when I tried to explain it to him, he was like, I don't want to hear it. You was doing what you was doing. You let that man take you home. Me, I'm the type of person, I get loud. When I'm upset, I get loud. And because I was upset, I got kind of loud. The teacher came out to where the phone was and said, you being too loud. You need to get off the phone. Your ride had been looking for you. Where were you? And I was like, I was outside for an hour and a half. I said, then I walked up to the light. And she was like, huh? I said, I was outside for over an hour and a half, about 2 hours. And he said, well, he came looking for you and he didn't see you. And I asked her, I said, what time was that? And she was like, she said it was probably around the time you said it was. I know it had already been like 2 hours at that point. And I said, see what I'm saying? He told me he was leaving. And I said, it don't take him but for no more than 40 minutes to get here. He told me he was leaving. He told me he was leaving. When clinicals was over with at 2:00, he told me he was leaving. So for it to go an hour and a half, he was doing something. I felt like he must have been doing something. Because you ain't going to tell me, you telling me you leaving. Instead of you getting up and leaving, you wait another hour and a half knowing you got somebody waiting on you. Knowing they told you that morning, you cannot wait after clinicals because there's nobody outside to wait with you. During normal school hours, we have a security guard that stand outside and wait on us. But during that time of the day, the security guard wasn't there. Luckily, the security guard came. luckily the security guard came when I came back. When I came back, I sat there. I went right back into the school again, and I called him and asked him, was he coming? He said no. I called home and I said, which I was living with my parents at the time, I said, can somebody come and get me? And my brother was like, he'll see what his dad, he always say, I'll see what dad doing and tell him you need somebody to come and get you. So my dad came and got me. I was finna walk off from him because I was finna walk up to the light on him. It's not that he was taking too long. It's just that when you've been sitting around waiting on somebody well over 4 hours, you just tired of sitting around waiting on people. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, maybe if I walk up to the light, he'll see me. And before I know it, he pulled up, and the security guard told him where I was, and he came and got me. He told me, he said, come on. And I was like, I was just going. And he was like, where you finna go? I said, right up here to the light. I wasn't going nowhere. And he was like, well, maybe that's why he didn't see you, because you was standing at these lights. Why would you? And I told him, I said, so he could see me. I said, you see these people on the side of the road when you driving. You might not pay them a whole lot of attention, but you see them. And I had on all black with a black and red book bag on my back. You would notice me. You would notice me. Back then, I used to wear a flat wrap all the time. I used to have my hair and a little flat wrap coming down here and stuff. So I'm like, you would notice me. When my mama got home from being at my aunt's house and stuff, she went off on me about why he blew up her phone, why he had to blow up her phone, why I couldn't just stay where I was at. I said, Mama, I could not hang around school. And I told him that I can't hang around that school once clinical's over. We supposed to leave. We supposed to have a definite ride and leave. Most people that don't have a definite ride, they leave and walk up to the bus stop and catch the bus. I can't catch the bus way back 40 minutes away from that town. Ain't no bus coming to this town to drop me off. I definitely couldn't afford no cab ride. I said, so I was trying to get away from the school, because I wasn't supposed to be just lingering around. And they getting worried that I'm just lingering around. I'm telling them that I live about 30-40 minutes away from the school. People getting like worried that either my ride done forgot about me or whatever. I said the woman had done came out there. I had done went to sleep on the bench, and the woman came out there and tapped me on the shoulder and said it'd been an hour and a half. I said, then she went back in the building, she came back out and told me it had been another 30 minutes. Am I sure I'm okay? And I said, Mama told me, why you didn't call him? I said, because he said he was on the way. And I said, his phone don't pick up a lot of times when he on the way places. His phone do not pick up. And to this day, he still got that same phone service, Sprint. Sprint don't pick up all around here. And I told her, I said, Sprint is not no good service. It don't pick up all around here. So depending on where he was on his way at, he may not have got the call anyway. So it still wouldn't have mattered. My mama said that she had to tell him several times, she a grown woman. If you at home, let it be. Let it be. You ain't. And then she was like, what you waiting on? What you waiting on? And she said that she had called home to see if anybody else had heard from me. And they said they had went and got me. They had came and got me. And they was like, she told them she at home. He called me at home, went off on me. I said, yeah, he went off on me again. And she was like, again? I said, I had already called him, asked him, was he going to come get me? He said no. That he wasn't coming back. That he done with the situation. I said, then he demanded that we get back together the next day and that I not go to massage school because he wasn't taking me. He was refusing to take me. He didn't trust me to be in massage school without doing something I ain't got no business. My mama had told him, you don't trust her, you don't need to be with her. Let her go. Leave her alone. Let her move on. You keep saying you don't trust her, but you steady want to be with her. And I was trying to make it work because everybody kept saying, low key, they was telling me, you messing up a good relationship. You messing up a good thing by doing the things you doing. You need to stop doing what you're doing. So I was trying to hold in there. I was trying to hold in there. But I told them, just like I told them, this is exactly what I said. I said, if he gets the idea out of his head that I'm going to do something that I know I'm not going to do, then maybe he wouldn't have these problems. If he stopped thinking that I'm going to cheat when I'm telling you I'm not, if you put your trust in me, then maybe. I said he didn't trust me from the get-go because he always thinking I'm going to do something. I had to tell them. I said, when I get out of massage class, he the one asking me who was my partner and why I had this man partner and why I couldn't get a female partner. When I had a female partner, he had nothing to say. But it just got to the point where we just did not see eye to eye on things. So one day I had them found out I was pregnant and a couple of months had went by and stuff. I was sitting at home. He called me and told me he was coming. And I was like, I don't know what you want, but come on. Come, you know. I don't see no point for you to come. Because I wasn't going nowhere. I wasn't feeling good. I wasn't going nowhere. I was sitting outside trying to get some fresh air because when you at that point where you're throwing up and you're not feeling good, you just don't want to be bothered, right? So my main thing was I don't want to be bothered. I don't want to be bothered. I just don't want to be effing bothered. So he went up there and he gonna tell me that he was coming. So I was like, okay, come on, you know. So I'm on the phone. I click back over to my friend. I'm on the phone. I'm talking to my homeboy. This is somebody I ain't never slept with a day in my life. Somebody I don't want to sleep with. If y'all see him, y'all gonna see why I don't want to sleep with him. He a big dude and he ain't the nicest looking dude. He a very kind-hearted person. He was much older than me. He felt like he shouldn't try me like that. At one point in time, he wanted to, but then he got to that point where he was like, nah, you just too young. You need somebody more your age. So he knew I had a boyfriend or whatever. So he was like, we was just on the phone chatting it up, chit-chatting. He was asking about the boyfriend. I was like, yeah, he's supposed to be here. He was like, well, when he get there, just let me know. I'll get off the phone. And I was like, well, I mean, you ain't disrespecting him. You ain't nobody who I done slept with or you ain't no ex or whatever. I said, so it shouldn't be no problem. So eventually I get off the phone because he pulled up and he get out. I told him to get the chair to sit down that I wasn't going in the house. He gets the extra chair because we had some little patio chairs where in our garage that we would sit outside the garage in. And so I'm just sitting there, you know. And so he get his little chair, he sit down, and then eventually we end our conversation, we get off the phone. Then he asked me, who was that you on the phone with? I said, oh, my homeboy Greg. Greg? Who is Greg? Do I know this Greg? You ain't never mentioned no Greg to me. And I said, I did mention Greg to you before. I have talked about Greg with you before. What you mean I ain't never tell you about Greg? I said, I've been knowing Greg before I know you. So I said, I wouldn't tell you about Greg. Greg been my homeboy since before, like I said, before I knew you. So why wouldn't I tell you about Greg? I said, I know I done mentioned Greg to you. First thing he said, I know you went in my house talking to another nigga, meaning that when I was at his house, I would get on the computer and talk to Greg. I was like, no, because Greg don't have nothing I could talk to him on other than his phone. And I said, I ain't gonna call Greg from your phone or your house phone or nothing like that. I said, I talk to Greg when I'm home, and I ain't barely at home and stuff. And I said, Greg was truck driving and stuff. I said, Greg was truck driving and stuff. Greg didn't have the time to, come to my house and then, I said, Greg work, you know what I'm saying? And I said, I ain't seen Greg since I met you. So me and Greg don't do nothing but talk on the phone. So we had a big heated argument. My mom was getting ready to go. My mama asked him to move his vehicle so she could pull out. But in the process, she had to intervene argument. And I said, Mom, you sitting on here arguing about dying by I'm sleeping with some Greg. And she was like, Greg, that's her friend. What you talking about? You ain't know about Greg? That girl don't want no Greg. He said, have you seen Greg? Do you think she wants some Greg? Which, I went to school with a dude named Greg. And Mama thought we was talking about that Greg. And I'm like, when Mama done seen Greg? But Mama had heard about Greg, but I ain't thought my mama had seen Greg. Every time I would say Mama, because Greg had came one time and bought me a bag of grits. Because I told him I wanted to cook grits for the family, but I ain't had none. So Greg pulled up, but Greg always would drive his rig, and he didn't want to pull that rig up in their yard. So he pulled up right there close to the road near their house. And Mama was talking about who that was you was out there talking to. I could hear your big old mouth, and I could hear his mouth. And he got a deep behind voice like he an older man. I said, that's my friend Greg, the one I told you was a truck driver. But I never thought that she had saw Greg. At that point, I'm thinking she saw Greg until later on. She was like, that was your friend from school. I said, no, not that Greg. The truck driver Greg. She said, oh, the truck driver Greg. He said, but either way, you don't want that man either. And I said, Mama said, I could barely see him out my bedroom window when I saw y'all, heard y'all loud as day talking. He said, I could barely see him out my bedroom window because her window was right there near the road where he pulled up at. And I kept telling him then, I said, they probably heard your truck when you pulled up. I said, because they room right there. And she said that, but in between the trees, she could barely see, but she knew it was a big, dark-skinned dude. And I said, that's him with a burn on one side of his face. He ugly as get out on the other side anyway. I wouldn't have wanted him no way. He's just a cool person. And I met him on the phone chat line. So I'm like, I don't want no man off the phone chat line. I said, I would just go over there and talk to people. And the reason why I didn't want no man off the phone chat line, I had one man I met off the phone chat line. And he was bipolar-ish, and I wasn't taking that chance. So I was like, anybody else I meet, we'll just stay friends. Ain't no way I'm going to be your girlfriend, and you might be some crazy bipolar-ish psycho person. So I'm to that point where I'm like, this is my homeboy. I knew him before you. This is something. He even told me out his own mouth that I wasn't somebody who he wanted a relationship with. Because he was like, really, he didn't see himself being in a relationship where he wanted kids and to get married. To this day, from what I know, he still ain't got kids and he still ain't married. So I see him married now and then. But that incident made him not want to be my friend the way he was before. He didn't want to call me the way he was doing before because he said, I get with these crazy behind men and they want to assume that They want to assume that he want me, and that's not the case. Y'all, I'm just noticing my eyebrows. I arch them, but they pretty much grow thick like this. And I arch them the thick way so that I don't have to draw them in. But on the ends, it ain't no end. That's just how my eyebrows grow. It ain't no end. So I arch them to a point. But my main thing I was saying is, because I know I've been babbling on. But my main thing I've been saying is, after that point, I just wanted to be single. I just thought, if I have to raise my child by myself, I'm going to do what I got to do. He going to help. He do the bare minimum. He do the minimum. And I ain't talking about child support minimum, because you got to think. I said he's on SSI, right? He's disabled. So that means I don't get no money from him. Y'all thinking, oh, my baby daddy disabled. He gets this check. You better make sure your baby daddy gets regular disability, because if he's telling you, yeah, my SSI check coming in, your child ain't getting no money. Not at all. And I knew that. But I thought maybe he would put forth the effort to get a part-time job and help more, knowing that it was going to be hard on me. But that wasn't the case, y'all. He didn't want to help like that, y'all. He wants to do what he wants to do when he want to do it. Some months he'll tell me, I can't give you $40 now. $40. You can't even give me $40. All you can do is pay for my son to maybe have 1 or 2 haircuts in the month, but you can't give up $40. A haircut nowadays is what? $20 for a little boy, $10 depending on where you go, $15, anywhere from $10 to $20. And you trying to tell me that if the most you pay is $20 for a haircut, that's $40 right there if you're only going twice a month. You trying to say you can't spend $80 on your child, because I'm not asking you for more than that $40. I really don't. I should, but you ain't gonna give it. I said my parents been told me I should ask you to give $100 a month. But I said every time I ask him for more money, he give it that money, and then he go right back to giving that little measly $40. Because I can't make him give more than that. Like I said, we on the terms of where if it ain't about my son, don't be blowing me up. Don't be want to talk about it. I don't want to hear it. Because I done made it plain and clear. My love life, my non-existent love life, or whatever else don't concern you. I make the decision on who live in my house, who don't live in my house, what I do, when I do it, and how I do it. Because you're not going to make that decision for me. I don't care how you say you raising your child. You have a whole house you live in with your mama. The rules and regulations over there are based on your mama rules and regulations. If she say, what goes? And if you say, well, this is how I want to raise my child, you raise that, you put that over there. You can't make rules and regulations over here. And like I told my own parents when they tried to sit down and talk to him, I'm like, he can't tell me what to do in my home. He don't make no rules over here. He don't pay no bills over here. He can't tell me what to do. All he can do is just be him. Like I said, I chose to be single because I just could not put up with that. You gonna tell me who I can and cannot talk to? Had the nerve to sit here and tell me the next time I call Greg or Greg called me, I'm supposed to inform him. Because I didn't inform him, he asked, and I was like, yeah, I talked to Greg the other day. Who called who? I said, I called Greg. He was like, well, you know what he was thinking when you called him? I said, do I need to call this man, ask him what was he thinking when I called him? Anytime I called him. I said, I bet you he'll tell you not what you thought. He was like, well, you ain't gonna tell me that man don't want you. You can't tell that man he want me. And I told him that man had then told me he did not want me like that. He said I was a young girl and I need somebody more my age. I said, now you going to sit here and try to tell me this man wants me. Okay, Mr. I know it all. I wants to assume things. And after that, it just got worse. I wouldn't get back with him the next day after we broke up from that day. So every day after that, it was just like every time I was around him, it just like he tried to play this role like we should be together, we should do this, we should do that. No. No. He tried to include me into doing certain things so that I could want to be with him. But when you cussed me out and told me I was a this and a that, and I was a whore and a bitch and a slut and a this and a that, and you went off on me and I wasn't saying nothing to you, I hadn't even opened my mouth to you. I sat there and took it. And you stared at what's going on and on and on. That made my mind up right then and there. I would never in my life. I wouldn't even think about it for my child, because you ain't gonna get mad at me and call me out my name. And then one day, what if my child hear that? You call me a bitch and a slut and a whore and a this and a that and the third, and I supposed to sit here and take it. Matter of fact, my child could hear that, but my child couldn't understand it. But the one thing I wanted him to know that day when I got out of that car, if my child could understand anything, he was wrong for that. Because I told him, when he got out of that car to pump his gas, I told him, I said, this is what I'm about to finna tell you. You ain't gonna sit here and go off on me and think that I'm not gonna say nothing. I said, I tried to put up with it. But you going on. You going on and on. And you steady going on. Getting out your car going on. Okay, yeah, you done had enough. What are you? And I went off on him and told him exactly what he was. But I didn't say he was a whore or this or that. I told him he was a motherfucker, and if he felt like I was such a whore and a slut and a this and a that, what you with me for? Why is you with me if you think I'm such this bad person? That's why we would never get back together. But he swear he didn't hear that. So later on, he was steady trying to push me to be back with him, to get back with him, to give him another chance. I called him one day. No, he called me one day. I was just in the kitchen doing something. He called me and he said, can I ask you a question? I said, what? Because I'm thinking to myself, does it really got something to do with our child? What? He asked me, why was I taking my birth control? He said, if we ain't having no sex, what you taking birth control for? And I said, what that got to do with you? Really, what do that have to do with you? Most people be like, well, if you ain't having sex, why are you taking birth control? That was my business. That ain't nobody else's business why I'm taking my birth control, why I'm going to get my birth control. None of nobody's business but my own. So at this point, it was free. It was free. Why not go get it? How you know I'm taking it? You just know I go get it. So, and so I told him, I said, that ain't got nothing to do with you. Well, yes, it do, because you said that we ain't having no more sex. So I just wanted to know why you still taking your birth control. And I was like, that has nothing to do with you. I said, I'm busy right now. Bye. Hung up the phone. He called back. What you hung up on me for? I said, I told you I'm busy. I'm doing something. Well, what did you want? I said, you do not have to worry about what I'm doing with my birth control, because we gonna never be together. We gonna never be together. So he gonna tell me, well, that mean you ain't got to worry about taking no birth control. Since we ain't gonna be having sex and we ain't gonna be together, you ain't got to worry about taking no birth control. I'm thinking to myself, what the world? I said, it would never be a no more me and you. We would never be together again. I was like, you done cursed me out, called me out kind of whore, slut, bitch. You bought this just because ring, y'all. It was a ring with 3 diamonds on it, or supposed to be diamonds. He talking about he paid $600 for this ring. I looked the ring up on K Jeweler website. The ring is supposed to be like $3,000. And mama say, He bought you a fake ring, huh? Them diamonds in there ain't real. If that gold might be real, but them diamonds ain't real. Them some cubic zirconia diamonds. They switched out. The real one, if the real one's supposed to cost $3,000, you ain't gonna get no $3,000 ring for no $600. Even on sale, you ain't about to get no $3,000 ring for no $600 on sale. So she was like, what he did was they probably had a real diamond version and they had the cubic zirconia version, and he bought you the cubic zirconia version, and they still wanted $600 for that because of the gold that it probably was. And he wants you to walk around with that on your hand. I said, no, he said he finna give it to his mama. So let his mama have it. Because this was after I had done gave it back. And my mom was like, why he at my door, banging on my door like that? And I was like, because he want his ring back. He said, why he want his ring back? I said, because he mad. I said, he done sat there and called me all like my name, all kind of names, and think I'm just going to sit up there and put up with it. He told me he wanted his ring back. I went in the house, mind my business. Like, bye. You ain't got to get nothing back. He came to the door telling me I want my ring back. I gave him the ring back. Mama said I would have gave him an empty box. I said, I don't want it. I don't even want it. That's why I didn't even get his size, because I really didn't want it. It was supposed to be just because he was thinking about me. But Mama said that wasn't no just because ring. That was an engagement ring, and he was hoping that you marry him one day. And because you was getting to that point where you didn't want to marry him at all, he wants that ring back. I said, well, that ain't gonna never happen. That wasn't gonna never happen. When he gave me the ring, that wasn't gonna never happen. That's why I asked him what he gave me that ring for. And I said, if he had said because I want you to marry me, I would have gave that ring back. Ain't no way you would have gave me that ring. I just did not want that between me and him. It was just too much going on, too much drama. And I could see where we would be arguing and fussing and fighting. And so my child at home from the hospital, and you called me to worry about why I'm on my birth control, and I had to tell you we weren't going to be back together. We're going to never, ever be back together. So wasn't no need for you to be worrying about whether I was on birth control or not. You should have known when he cussed me out and called me all out my name in the hospital, in the car, at the gas station. And once we got to the gas station, I had enough of that. The nurse had to come in there and tell him, sir, can you calm down? Usually when we would get in an argument, it was, ma'am, can you calm down? But it was him, because I wasn't saying nothing. My lips were zipped. I just did just like this. And I let him talk, and he was going on. Usually when we argue, I would never call him out his name. Because, I never been the type person to be like, bitch, you just, no. But he went to call me all them names, and I sat there and put up with it. When we was leaving, he steady was calling me them names. Them nurses was looking at him like, what is wrong with him? I knew they was glad our child got out of that hospital. Because all that arguing we did while he was in the hospital. So, it was like, I just was tired of it. Tired of it. You ain't gonna do it one time and then you apologize for it. Do it again, never apologize for it, no nothing, and then think I'm gonna be with you. When the second time you called me out my name, it was worse than the first time. Way worse than the first time. Way worse. Way worse than the first time. The first time was over a phone call. Over that phone call with my homeboy. The next time it was my child in the hospital, and you just, because I won't say that I want to be in a relationship with you, you just, ain't nobody gonna sit here and put up with your bullshit and da-da-da-da-da. And he was going on. And I'm looking at him like, whoever said anybody had to put up with me, So I let him go on because I was like, this time I'm not gonna argue, I'm not gonna yell. He always saying I'm too loud, so I'm just gonna hush. I'm gonna stay shut mouth. And when he was out there being loud, now I say, now they really see. He can get way louder than me. While he would always put it off on me. Because they wouldn't just come in there and say, ma'am, you loud. They would say, can y'all calm down? He would look, I see, you being too loud. And then they was like, well, ma'am, can you keep it down some? Because you really being too loud. When they saw him and the way he was going on, I know they were like, dang, she put up with it? She actually put up with it. I mean, and I just want to tell any other female out here who may watch this, you don't have to put up with a man talking down to you. If you're not doing what he wants you to do, how he wants you to do it, hanging around who he wants you to hang around, conversating with who he wants you to conversate with, or if you grown, no man should give you an ultimatum of who to be friends with and who not to be friends with. Because he probably got friends that you don't like too much, but I bet you he ain't going to start hanging around his homeboy just because you don't like him. He probably going to be sneaking to go right on over to Joe's house, and you can tell him, I don't like Joe, and this is why I don't like Joe. But he's sneaking right to go to Joe's house. Like I say, sneaking. So I'm just saying, a man shouldn't choose your friends for you. If you have a homegirl and you say, Tisha, my man don't really care for you, he should try to get along with Tisha just because it's your friend. If he can't, he can go about his business when Tisha around. Tisha come to your house, he can go home. If y'all live together, he can go in the room. But it's to the point where these men think they can tell you, I don't want you talking to this person. I don't want you talking to that person. We wouldn't even live together. If y'all ain't living together, he shouldn't tell you nothing. Unless he got some bill money coming to your house. And even then, he still can't make too much of the man. He choosing to live out in the streets somewhere. So, not make this video super long. I'm going to end it. Hit that subscribe button down at the bottom. Hit the bell. When I get at least 20 subscribers. I got no subscribers, y'all. If I can get 20 subscribers, I'll start making videos every day for y'all. Y'all give me a topic, I'll talk on it. If I don't know something on it, I'll look it up and tell y'all my honest opinion on it. Y'all want me to review videos? Y'all want me to review videos? I will. I watch a lot of YouTubers. Like right now, I'm watching It's Just Kelly. She's more of a promoter. She promotes a lot of things like menstrual products, glasses. She even right now she's doing the Invisalign. So y'all like people like that, y'all can go hit her up. I also I like to watch Sonya B on it. Sonya B on it. She's an older woman. You know, all her kids are grown just about. Think she got a set of twins that are in high school or something like that. But she does a lot of Dollar Tree shopping. She does a lot of shopping, and she shows people how to get deals. So if y'all want to go and check those people out, I also watch So Illuminati. I watch OMG Yo Ash. I watch Royalties World. I really like Royalties World because she react on a lot of videos. And I know she said she has 70 subscribers at the moment. Try to go check her out though. Try to check some of these people out and watch their videos and subscribe if that's what you like. I don't watch a lot of Flight reaction videos. I really don't care for him. He's not top on my list. He's too stuck on the ex. I done watched some of Queen videos. Queen Naija. I don't really care for her either. Chris, I don't care for him. Chris Sales. Clarence, he's not somebody I want to watch, so no. I don't watch their videos, I guess because I'm an older YouTuber. I'm 35. I don't watch a lot of young 20-year-olds, something-year-olds. I want to be able to get to where these older YouTubers are at. And these 40-year-old YouTubers, I want to get to the level they're at and have the subscribers that they have. I like to watch Beloved. She smacks a lot, and a lot of people say that's annoying. Who don't smack when the food good? I mean, really. She loves seafood, and she does a lot of seafood mukbangs. I keep saying I'm going to do a mukbang. I keep telling myself, Tara, do a mukbang. But I don't know. I don't know if that's for me. I don't know if a mukbang is something I want to really do. I may do a mukbang. But I'm going to get back to y'all on that. Right now, I'm just need... When you're watching this, hit that subscribe button. Hit it. Hit it hard. Go to your aunt phone, your children's phone, your mama phone, your daddy phone, your brother phone. Ask them, can you hold their phone for a minute? Go on to YouTube, look me up. It's T Being Honest. Go to T Being Honest, and when you hit that, when you go on that T Being Honest, hit that subscribe button. I'm on Facebook. My Facebook is Tara M. Smith. Go hit that follow button on the Facebook. I'm on Snapchat at Tara_2003 US, or is it Tara 2003 US? That's my Twitter, I know. My Twitter is Tara 2003 US, but I think that's my Snapchat as well. When I learn how to put all that stuff in the bottom of the video, I got to figure out how to do that. I'll hit y'all. Y'all see me in another video. Y'all will see me in another video. I don't know how soon y'all will see me again. Bye. I'm gonna do this. I want to call myself a home blogger, and what that is I speak on random things. I don't speak on the same topic all the time. I just want to speak on being, right today I want to speak on being a single mom. I'm a single mom. And most people think being a single mom, oh, you know, especially people who did it the right way, they feel like it's bad, it's wrong, it's getting too redundant. This, you know, it's like natural to be a single mom. I chose to be a single mom because when I was 3 months pregnant, I had it up to here with what was going on in my relationship. We had already broke up twice, and we hadn't even been together a year. So I felt like if we break up again, we just need a longer period of time. But as time was going on, I didn't see myself getting back with him because of the fact that he was always that type person who wants to get back with you because he has an agenda. His agenda in life is to get married, you know, and he wants to be married because that's supposed to be the right thing you do for your kids. I wasn't raised like that. You know what I'm saying? My mama had me, and when my mother had me, she was a single parent. She had broke up with my dad before she found out she was having me. So she didn't feel like she had to be with a man just because she was having a child. My daddy felt that way as well. So I'm basically telling this man when I broke up with him that I'm not going to be with you just because we got a baby. He was like, well, we need to do it the right way. And I'm like, at some point in my mother's life, she did do it the right way. And I seen what the right way is. You find a man that you want to be with. You marry him. You have your babies. And y'all live happily ever after. I seen it been done that way. Even though it took her second child to get it right. I mean, you know, To me, I feel like as a single parent, I did it. What I did was best for me. Cause long as I was happy, my child's happy. He don't walk around here knowing mommy crying or mommy's upset or mommy's mad or mommy taking attitudes out on me and I ain't did nothing to her. I feel like my child thinks, okay, mommy's just tired sometimes or whatever, whatnot. He doesn't feel that tension, that stress that I felt like was going to be added on to me being a parent. And then being a parent that's stuck in a relationship where this man has to be controlling. When I say controlling, he wasn't to the point where I couldn't call my friends, I couldn't call my family, or I couldn't be around my family or my friends. But when holidays came, he wanted me around his family. Every Sunday we had to go to church regardless of what was going on. Unless he was sick.